Greetings. This is Elder Black Light. We're talking about thinking outside the circle of the Caucasoid. On this video, we're going to talk about a little bit about gun control and a little bit about tactics. There's some brothers that I'm going to highlight just a little bit down the line on this video, but I want to have some comments up front before I show you what these brothers are doing. Now, I don't want you to get me wrong. I believe in what these brothers are doing. Remember that. But these brothers got to know that they don't scare the Caucasoid when it comes down to war. You got to remember the history of how he been conquering nations, all the way back in the Greek times, all the way up to the Romans, all the way up to the U.S. cavalry or the revolutionary U.S. cavalry, pushing back the Indians, coming over to Africa, conquering certain countries and nations over there, conquering Australia. He's the god of war, and he manufactures weapons of mass destruction. So you got to be a little more shrewd in your approach to protecting the black community. Who sells you weapons and who gives you money? This pandemic should give you a different kind of strategy. Now, people talk about the Nation of Islam, but the Nation of Islam, under the guidance of Master Farah Muhammad and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, they had many battles, confrontations with the police, with the mafia. And somehow the Nation of Islam always came out on top. Starting here in Detroit, back in the early days, the beginning, late 30s and early 40s, the Nation of Islam had confrontation with the Detroit police and came out victorious. We're going to try to get that video for you, and you'll saw it later on down the line. On the 67 riots, we had a confrontation with the National Guard, but that wasn't planned. So these times that we're living in, they study killing us, and we killing each other. We debating each other. Now, it's a good idea that these brothers are doing, but you got to have more than one backup plan. First of all, you got to have a way where if they cut off your water supply, you're going to get water. If they cut off your electrical heat and all like that, You got a natural way of getting heat. They cut off your food supply. You got a natural way of getting food, feeding yourself. Now that's what kept the Seminoles sustained in Florida and the Everglades. They had their own food supply, water, and everything else. The Seminoles were never conquered by the Americans. And remember the movie Spook, Who Sat by the Door? What the brother said. He said, you got to make your own weapons off the land, live off the land, and your own ammunition. So you got to set up, like the White House set up those barricades, those fences in front of the White House when they attacked the White House. You got to have a gated community, armed guards at each entrance. And can't nobody, even the police, have a no-knock warrant on you. They just can't come and roll up to your house and bust in the front door. They got to go through those gates with armed guards there. You done seen those kind of communities before. So, without any further ado, let me show these civilian police who are being trained to protect black living in America, black people living in America.
There was a time where I thought you could talk to people and you could rally and march and hold hands and everything would be all right. America respects power. They need to understand that if we build a community and they're going to try and come and burn down houses and lynch people like Black Wall Street, like Oklahoma, they're going to be met with firepower. Give black people their rights, or we will burn this country to ashes.
This is Hawk Newsom. He's the chairman of the BLM Greater New York chapter. He spent last summer protesting against police brutality, but he wanted to take it a step further. So he co-founded Black Opportunities, or Black Ops, a separate organization advocating sweeping national reforms to law enforcement, education, and housing. Under the Black Ops umbrella, he's now gearing up to start a civilian police group called Peace Officers that would protect black communities from violence, including at the hands of the police. It's a controversial initiative, but there's precedent for it. The Black Panther Party formed armed patrols in the 60s to challenge police brutality in Oakland. And as calls to defund the police ramped up in 2020, several cities like Minneapolis have tried to experiment with civilian-led policing.
So remember this. What you're talking about is good, but you better think it out real good, brother. Protect your communities. It's very good. But you got to think it out, because right now they're pushing for gun control. Joe Biden administration. And they got the UN to back them up. So you better think hard and long about, was the Panthers really successful? I don't think the Panthers was successful. It's how they went about doing it. So they wouldn't be a good pattern. The best pattern is the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He was the most successful. He had the fruit of Islam as his military. Now, I ain't saying that they didn't have weapons, guns and stuff, but they wasn't allowed to carry them. You don't let nobody know what you got. My old man taught me that walking the streets of Detroit. You see, don't front your stuff off. And so, the idea is good, but why broadcast it? You letting them see what you got. They got helicopters, gunships. They got all types of chemical warfare, biological warfare. You got to think of all these things, brother. You're in a war already. This is all I got to say for right now. Think and be God. Black light out.